everyone, in this video I am going to be sharing about the two events that I attended yesterday at the Paper Seahorse. The first event of the day was the letter writing social or meetup, the letter writers meetup. The second event was the Midori meetup. So I'm gonna share this stuff second and just go over the stuff that we learned and did at the letter writing social. So this particular letter writing social had a Christmas theme, and I'm sorry about the light right here. It's just that time of the year where the sun is coming in from this angle, so probably the rest of my videos until spring will have this line coming through. I apologize. So because it was Christmas themed, I brought a couple things with me to share with the other letter writers there. The first of which was my new gold calligraphy ink that I picked up in New Orleans at Papier Plume. And it's a gold shimmering calligraphy ink, so I brought my dip pen so that we could kind of play around with it. And I addressed, I think, 5 letters, or 5 Christmas cards. I wrote one letter and mailed it there. I wrote one postcard and mailed it there, and I started this letter here that I was hoping to finish, but I didn't quite get to. And I want to show the effect that this gold glitter has. How lovely is that? And so, because where I was sitting kind of was like the calligrapher's station, I kind of bounced around and did other things instead of kind of concentrating on letter writing, which was totally fine for me. I'm the kind of person that I need to be in my own space, in the quiet, where I can sit and write my thoughts and respond to a letter, because my problem is if I hear people talking around me, I basically start scribing what they're saying, and I end up just writing down what I'm hearing instead of writing down what my thoughts are and what I want to say in my letter. So that was totally fine for me. The second thing that I brought was this old vintage Christmas wax seal that I found recently, and it says Merry Christmas on it. And so I brought a wax seal and this new copper ink that I found also in New Orleans, so that everybody could play around with that. And move the letters out of the way. And this is kind of what it looks like. I hope that is in focus. So yeah, and then Tammy, Paper Tams, if you follow her on Instagram or here on YouTube, she brought these white gel pens for everybody to play with and write and accent the colored envelopes. So that was really fun to be able to kind of play around with that. And see, she also shared these lovely vintage Christmas postcards. And I had to control myself. I only took 2. I took one to send to a friend of mine and one to put in my December daily. I really had to control myself because I really wanted to take like all of them, because they are so lovely, but that's not what the spirit is about. I know I can find something, and I know I've got a bunch in my stash that I can kind of send out vintage vibes with, but it was just really nice of her to share. So, you know, we each got to play with the wax seal, and this is the ink again. We had another lady who came to the Midori meetup, and I had met her previously at an event in Winter Park. And she is just this amazing calligrapher. I mean, if you could just see the stuff that she can do. I mean, she's an illustrator, she's a watercolor artist, she's a calligrapher, and you can't tell because the ink sits on top of the paper. It doesn't absorb, and it got smeared on the way home, but you kind of get the idea of her just beautiful handwriting. It's just amazing. And I think I put her on the spot a little bit too, so I was just very grateful to have her write on these that day. So after the letter writing social and lunch was the Midori meetup, and this is the little goodie bag that we always get. And after we shared, so normally how the structure of the meetings go is we go around, introduce ourselves, and talk about how we got into the Traveler's Notebook community, how we use our notebooks, and kind of share a little bit about our notebooks. And sometimes we just pass them around and let people look through them, because there's nothing more inspiring than physically seeing and touching and holding and smelling other people's notebooks. So that was really fun. But in the kits, we got a sample of Tomoe River paper, because the Paper Seahorse now carries that. So she gave us all a sheet to sample, and I actually love that she rolled it up like this because I might just send it out just like this in a box to a pen pal. I'm going to write on it and then maybe put a little ribbon around it so it's like this scroll that she has to open and read. So I'm really excited about that. She also included a couple paper clips. So we've got a Midori alligator, a Tools to Live By standard clip, and this cute little bow. So that was cute. She made these beautiful washi tape circles so that we could decorate our notebooks. I'm sorry if you can hear my kids, they're outside loving the weather. And she used these travel themed washi tapes, and mine got a little crinkled up, but that's okay because I love that worn look. She also included a vintage postcard from Florida, which I'm in love with, and I love this little accent in here where you can mark what the temperature is, and I love how high it goes because that is life here in Florida. Maybe not right this moment, but definitely in the summertime. And then 2 sheets from the 2017 sticker pack from the Travelers Company. So I got the tabs and then the decorative gold foil stickers, which I'm super excited to have more of because I was really dreading using mine, so I'm glad I have another sheet to hoard. And then she included this lovely Christmas gift tag with the origami Christmas tree on it. Now, the lovely thing about when we go to these events is that she actually teaches us something. She gives us a skill to take home with us, and this skill for this, meetup is how to make these lovely origami Christmas trees. And I'm going to show you in this video how to do that, so let me just clear my space a little bit here. And I've got some paper here. I've got some 2 vintage inspired ones and some 2 green Christmassy kind of ones. I've got a bunch of origami paper in my stash, but I want to show you what the end result could be. So if you've got a bunch of these little envelopes in your stash like me, you could use them to tuck a tag in. You could use just the tag as a gift tag, a to and from type of thing. You could use just the Christmas tree to tuck in a Christmas card and just a little extra gift for the recipient of that card. You could make the Christmas tree and glue it on the front of a card, and then there's your Christmas card. You could use it as a decorative piece. And Tona did supply us with cards and envelopes that we could make these there in the class, and she also supplied us with tags and envelopes, so if we wanted to make a cute little envelope and bag situation, we could. And she supplied us with all the origami paper. And so she taught us the skill. We did it 3 times each so that we could turn it into muscle memory, and then we got to create with the things that we made. So it was really, really nice. So I'm going to quickly go through. This is not a proper tutorial. Please do not feel like this is going to be a professional tutorial. It's not. I'm just going to show you really quickly how we made them. So the first thing you're going to do is make your corners touch diagonally to make what she called a taco, which makes it really easy to remember. And the sun is setting. I do apologize for the light changing here. Then you're going to take the opposite tip and bring it into your crease so that you create a point right here on both sides. And this is going to be, I think she called this the an airplane fold. You're basically going to make it look like an airplane in the end. So I like to have my points pretty tight. So there is that fold. Then you're going to open it back up, and you're going to take your tri-fold corner and you're going to bring it down to the middle like this. Depending on the size paper, it could be a 1/2 inch, a 1/4 inch, just something that's going to bring that little stub in, because this is going to end up being the base of your Christmas tree. So you want the flatness to be pretty apparent right there, or the not pointed end. You're going to flip it over, and you're going to do the airplane fold on this side as well. You're going to bring it into the crease so that this creates the top of your tree, so there's going to be a point there as well. And I do apologize, this is going fast. I just wanted to show the skill that we learned. If you want to restart and pause and do this on your own, you certainly can, but that's not what this is meant for. It's not meant to be a professional origami tutorial. Then you're going to bring it in and fold it right down the center, just like this, directly in half. And sometimes the paper doesn't want to fold perfectly, but there you go. So you should end up with something like this. And you're going to pull this back down, open this flap, the pointed flap side. You're going to bring this one up and fold it back down so that you have about this much lip down here in between that center fold there. And what you're doing right now is you're creating the base of your tree. And you'll see what I mean once I close this flap back up and flip it over. Ta-da, boom, you have a Christmas tree. Now I can take this Christmas tree and glue it on the front of this Christmas card, or I can put it on the inside just as an extra little thank you and Merry Christmas to all those lovely people out there that mean so much to you. Or you can just make a garland out of it. The smaller ones that I have here, you could turn into a garland. I thought I had 3 of these little ones rolling around. But you could put washi tape on the back with some string and turn it into a garland and hang it up against your fireplace or on your Christmas tree. I think that's a really cute effect. So I'm going to do it one more time with a thicker piece of paper. So if you're still watching and you want to do this on your own, we're going to do it again. So you're going to fold your taco, open it back up, bring your corner in to create the airplane fold, create a point right there on both sides. You'll have what looks like a kite in the end of that fold. Then you're going to open it back up, fold your tri-fold right here, right down at the bottom there to create your trunk of your tree, and fold it back in so that you have what looks like an ice cream cone now, or a hand roll of sushi. You just need to stuff a bunch of good stuff in there. Then you're going to do another airplane fold right here and bring your corners in and to create the top of your tree. This thicker paper is so much easier to fold. It's nicer on your fingertips, but it's a little thicker, so it is a little tricky to make sure that you get folded properly. So then you've got another weird looking kite. You're going to bring this up to the halfway point, and you're going to fold that down. Open it back up, open your flaps, bring this up, and fold it down to create the base of your tree. And there you have it. A Japanese style Christmas tree with Japanese paper. How lovely is that? So I hope this tutorial showed you a little bit of how to do things. You can use all different size papers. I've got some 3x3. This I think is 6x6. This size turns out to be this 3x3 size paper. Open it up so you can see how big it is compared to that. So yeah, you can do this with any square piece of paper. It's just really lovely to work with. I love this stuff so much, and yeah, I really love it, and I hope you guys like the idea, and I hope you're inspired to include an origami Christmas tree in your Christmas cards. You can thank Tona at the Paper Seahorse for teaching us all this skill, because isn't it lovely? So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope this was inspiring. I hope you go check out the Paper Seahorse. I'll link everything that they have down below, all their social media website and their web shop. So if you want to go ahead and buy some nice Japanese stationery for someone that you love, you can do that. Until next time, that's all I have for you guys. Bye!